Hi, guys. I am coming on here to talk about week 4 of The Artist's Way and my experience. This week really resonated with me a lot, and I just wanted to come on here and make, either a reel or a story and tell you guys about my experience of doing The Artist's Way week 4 and the things that I've learned and everything. I want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for coming to the May 10th group session. I learned a lot. I got a lot of positive feedback. Later on that day, I got emotional talking to one of my close friends about, all the love and feedback that I've been receiving from everyone starting the group. So I just want to start off and say thank you for everyone that has been very positive towards me and the group. Okay, so week 4, one of the tasks in week 4 is media deprivation. Now, in the original book, Julie, I don't know, maybe I'm close to this older white woman, I'm just gonna call her Julie. She said that you should do a reading deprivation, which means that you don't read. And when she created this book, this was like almost 30 years ago, something crazy like that. So now in the updated version, it's media deprivation. And media deprivation is no reading, no social media, no podcasts, no audiobooks, no television, no movies, nothing. So last week, I went through the process of doing that. The 4 things that I really obsess over, and y'all could tell because I'm posting this the next day. Monday, you could tell I was posting and trying to absorb all this IG because IG, Pinterest, podcasts, and little games on my phone is things that I really distract myself on. So that's the things that I had to not do for a week. And that was honestly one of the hardest things I've done. It was harder than my silent retreat. And when I was explaining to people about doing the media deprivation compared to silent retreats, the silent retreats kind of help you in a sense that you're somewhere else. You give them your phone, you're not talking to people. Everyone kind of is in unison of knowing that you're doing a media deprivation, where doing it here real time in your life, working, and there, where all these media distractions are relevant right now, that in your life, that to fall back and not rely on them was extremely hard. I would do that 18-mile Lake Hughes run before I do this media deprivation thing. But what I will say before I go into what I've learned is that it really helps so much. I've learned so much. And I'm really proud of myself that I went through it. Not sure if I'm going to do it again. Let's go into the things that I've learned in week 4. All right. So one of the things I learned is I really want to do more things that are sober and not so much like parties and everything or anything really associated with drinking. I'm not a big drinker. I haven't had a drink since February, I've realized. And I really want to do more activities and more things. And I hope, to find more spaces that are dealing with things that are sober and meeting people sober and doing things sober. Another thing is, I'm being vulnerable. All right. Another thing is that I realized ever since I was young, I would have dreams of physically running from my childhood home. And I realized last week that it represented me running from my childhood trauma. So, yeah, that's what I realized. And through that, learning that I run from, my dream was representing that, is that in all different aspects of my life, I would run. And I'm a avoidant. I'm a avoidant girl. That when things are uncomfortable, I want to run from it, and that kind of stems from childhood trauma. So I realized that that's my thing, that I have to work through. Um, a thing that I recently learned, I think Saturday, when I was talking to someone and I had to have a hard conversation, and something that she really uh, taught me. If she's watching this, thank you. It's putting yourself first, and things will come. And I think that is something I definitely learned this week, is putting yourself first, in situations or in relationships or in jobs and everything. Putting yourself first is just very important. So that is something that I learned. Also, homeless people are human. I don't know who needs to hear that, but homeless people are human. My experience catching the train, the most people that say good morning to me are people that are unhoused. Like, I want that people to let that register. The people that are unhoused, that actually do not have houses, when I walk in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning to my uh, to head toward my job, they're saying good morning to me. And I really want people to realize that homeless people are human, that they have feelings, that they had dreams and aspirations and things. And yeah. And also that celebrities are human as well, and that they are not gods, they are not deities. We shouldn't have them in such a high regard. That was the thing I learned. I actually lost weight. I've lost, I think, 8 pounds since I've been doing the Artist Way. And recently, with doing more mindful eating, because I can't watch TV while I'm eating. So I realized that I get full faster from not eating while watching things or distracted. So eating in silence or just eating with music has been, a thing that I learned. I realized that I actually want a primary partner. I consider myself non-monogamous, but I am now intentionally dating I'm now intentionally dating for a primary partner. I went to a party on Friday, Intimacy. It was very beautiful. I loved it. Highly recommend. And that was the first time I ever went to a party and actually walked in with an intention of dating to be in a relationship. So that was since ever. That's the first time I actually walked into a space with an intention of dating. So I learned that. I realized also, not built for situationships. Not that girl. At heart, I am a lover girl. I try to be, Chris Brown, a toxic girl, like da da da. I am not. That was a realization this week. I am a lover girl at heart. I'm looking for a loving, healthy relationship with a primary partner, and yeah, I'm putting that out there. That when I call on ancestors, they will answer. And they will answer honestly, and they will answer bluntly. And yeah, following my intuition is such a huge thing for me. I feel like sometimes, even Saturday, I have a Artist Way workbook, and I looked at it and I was like, I should bring it. And then when I went there, somebody needed it, and I was like, dang it, so I'm trying to learn to follow my intuition, follow my mind. Okay, if something is telling me to bring something or to take something or to do something, to follow my instinct, follow my intuition, higher self, and be able to do it. Also, feel my feelings fully. A lot of times I'll suppress my feelings. So learning to share my feeling or just feel it, and then be able to move on, and take my time reacting to things. That's also a big thing for me. Taking a moment when bad news happens or something happens, not to automatically react to it with my emotions, but just taking a breath. That is a definite big thing I've learned. Also, if I don't express my feelings, if I like someone, or if I'm attracted to them, that will end up losing them. And that is a big thing that I learned this week as well. And having hard conversations. The last thing is having hard conversations in person. That is something I learned this week as well. Having hard conversations in person is better than through text or through voice message, because you can't really tell by their emotions what they're going to be. So hard conversations, uncomfortable conversations, maybe they gotta be in person. And I think that is all that I've learned in 1 week, y'all. You hear how exhausting that was? How many minutes I had of things that I learned this week? So I encourage everyone to do a media deprivation. I dare you to do a media deprivation. And if you feel uncomfortable doing it, even if you're not going to do the media deprivation, think about why you don't want to do it. Because that's what encouraged me to do it. I felt uncomfortable. I was like, trying to run away from it. And I was like, baby, you got to do it. And that's the number one thing that I've learned, is that I have to work through being uncomfortable. I have to stay. I have to fight the monsters in my childhood house. That's all I had to say. But I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you guys have a great week. Blessings, love, all of that. Next group is May the 24th in LA. If anyone else is watching this, it's in LA, May the 24th, The Artist's Way. All are welcomed. And yeah, that's it. Bye.